Oh man, how's it going, everybody? I just got off of a really great stream. We were playing some Brawlhalla, which is kind of like Super Smash Brothers, only it's free and it's on Steam, and you should download it so we can play next time we stream. Either way, it is just a great fun game. We had a lot of people join us, and we had a lot of people in the game, which was really nice as well. Either way, everyone say hello to that guy, or dat guy, rather. Say hello, everybody, in the comment section down below. I have a left to max here, so let's see how we are doing. Oop, I must have mistyped. There we go. Alright, someone's opening a Jeebs. Alright, let's do it. I have not done this before, but somebody said they wanted to see me do it. Actually, several of you guys did. And so, this'll be interesting. I'm gonna just kind of try and stay with the group, and I guess that's about all we can do, right? Oh man, that lag though. Jeebs is when you can spawn. Alright, you can spawn your own stuff, I believe. I'm gonna make sure that I'm right here in the middle of everybody so that when chaos ensues. Oh god. I might die. Yep, I died. Alright, so that was the Jeebs. Which was fun. Either way, someone wanted to really see a wizard, so let's do that really quickly here. That was really intense. I don't know what you're supposed to do there. And I will see you guys in just one moment. Hey, there we are, and we are back here. I made a wizard, which is very unfortunate what happened to our previous character. But sometimes you just gotta learn, I suppose, right? So, hopefully someone can show me how to run a Jeebs. Where is the, where's the market at? I have all this fame, and I can buy stuff, but I don't know where it's at. It's over here, isn't it? That's the guild thing. This isn't where I want to go. Marketplace, that's what I want. Alright, so it took, let's take a look, 15 minutes to get back in here. But it was worth it. Snakeskin. Not really doing an NPE. However, alright, we need robes. T14. That looks really good, and we can buy it. So, yeah, let's do that. Because good armor is definitely a good thing to have. Let's grab a defense ring. Wherever you're at. There's a defense ring. 245! That is a good ring. We will buy you as well. So we better not die, basically. T10 staff. T12 staff for 200. T12. What else we got? T12. Yeah, we'll go with the T12. Oh, what is this? That looks awesome. But I don't know if it's good or not. Yeah, oh, that's a wand. Alright, we'll go with the T12 one. Alright, so we are all dressed up, pretty, and ready to go. T13 is a lot more expensive. Jesus. Where did that T12 go? Is it gone? I think it's gone. What is this? T4 for 10. T5. Just getting this guy all ready to go here. T11. Yeah, that'll work. We'll buy that. There we go. Perfect. I'll toss that. Alright, awesome. So, let's get right back into the action. Seems like most of today's video is going to be spent just kind of grinding and getting... let's see. It's this way we want to go. Kind of just grinding, getting back to level 20. Come back, I want to donate. Sorry, man. I appreciate it. But I don't really feel comfortable with donations. Oh, that is cool. Look at that. It's got like music notes and they're like, I don't know, Christmas colors or something. But still pretty cool. So, did we get, no, we didn't. We still have the original spell. We will get a new one some other time. Although we will take these now. So, alright. Somebody definitely let me know how to run those Jeebs. So, because I thought I was standing in a safe place, and apparently I was not. So, alright, we leveled up. Perfect. So, but we got some good stuff, which I'm super excited about. And we spent about 900 fame on it, so hopefully this character will last us a little while. Someone also said to do flash M scale, I think it was 0.1. There, oh my god. That is almost a little bit too much. M scale 1. I can't type today. That is not enough. Scale 0.7. I can do this, I promise. I promise I can. That looks pretty good. That looks decent. Alright, we'll go with 0.7 for now. If there's a more optimal M scale, then let me know. So, but man, we got this for super cheap. So that probably is actually a very expensive robe. And of course, the unbound rings are usually fairly expensive as well. So, there we go. Alright, oh, looks like Owls is following us here. Let's lock on to him. There we go. I think this was one of our friends, I'm pretty sure. So we're just gonna level up really quickly. And while we do so, I thought today we would talk a little bit about branding. I don't know, it was something I was thinking about when I was driving on my way home. Like, what does branding mean? I mean, we've talked about commentary, we've talked about audio, we've talked a little bit about video. We haven't really talked too much about the actual YouTube side of things. So I thought that branding is something that is, I think, very important. I find it to be very important. And I don't think a lot of people kind of understand the depth of it. In fact, I probably don't either, but I'm going to give you a few examples from other YouTubers that I think do good jobs with their branding. And also, just from my experience, kind of what I have found that works, or kind of my definition of branding. All right, here, this will be great. There we go. All right, so we're already level 4, which is going well for us. We'll kill some more Sandsman Kings. All right, let's start with the easiest definition of branding. Branding is what you do to your YouTube channel in order to let people know that it is yours. That's not a very good example. What's a good way of putting it? Well, let's give an example. So for instance, we can talk about branding in the form of like thumbnails and channel artwork and logos and all sorts of good stuff, right? That is all branding, right? If you look at my channel, then you'll notice that my logo is in my icon. It's also in my banner. It's also in the corner of all of my thumbnails because I like to have consistent branding with all of my artwork. And what that does is, if you've been to my channel, if you've looked at my thumbnails, then, you know, you're looking at a YouTube search page for, I don't know, Brawlhalla, I guess, since we just played it. And you should be able to pick out my video right away because it has my consistent branding. In my case, it's a logo. Now, there's other things that people do for branding. Logos, to me, are some of the easier things to do. It's very easy for my channel because I have a very specific thing that I can kind of use as a logo, right? SeaOtter, versus someone like Total Biscuit. He has his logo, which is the top hat, right? And everyone knows the top hat. They all know that it's him, right? There's other things that you can do. For instance, you can have consistent, different colors. For instance, Drifter, you can usually pretty easily tell which videos are Drifters if you've been to his channel and know kind of the colors that he uses and the font that he uses. And if you watch some of his not let's look at, what videos are those? If you watch some of his, the ones where he's talking about Call of Duty and like what all the different guns do and all that kind of stuff, then I can't remember the exact name of the series off the top of my head right now. But if you look at those, they're all exactly the same, M scale is 0.01. Dang, that's got to be like the whole map. So, but you can, careful with that robe. You can definitely tell, like, which ones are his videos just by looking at them. Now, there's other things that people do. For instance, a lot of people like to put their face on there. Let's just Nexus from here. I don't want to lose all this gear in the Oryx. So we'll just hang around here till the next one pops up. So, by the way, gotta hand it to Nilly. He's dealing with personal stuff and also came on to play today. I missed it. And also spent some time just resetting the server for everybody, even though he's got tons of stuff going on. So I really appreciate that. I'm sure everyone playing appreciates that as well. There's going to be the sour grapes who are like, well, you should have been doing that a lot earlier, you know? He should have done that when it first went down, not like a week later. But you know what? Sometimes life just gets in the way. Back to branding. So we were talking about, like, some people will do their face as branding. A good example of that, probably the best example of that, would be PewDiePie, right? All of his video thumbnails have, like, his face on it. Markiplier does the same thing where he does his face and he kind of stretches it out a little bit. My friend Yub used to do it. He does it a little bit now, but not quite as much. But, so there's all sorts of things you can do with branding for your artwork in order to be consistent. And the key there is consistency. That's for everything on YouTube, right? Everything needs to be consistent, right? Because that is how you get people to recognize your channel and to come back and all sorts of things. That has to do with consistent uploads. That has to do with consistent quality. Just consistency is just key for YouTube, and that's why branding is important. But if you also look at really big YouTubers, like for instance, we were talking about Total Biscuit, right? So Total Biscuit, if you look at his WTF series, they all have very, very specific graphical elements and stuff to them. You should know exactly which videos are his off of that and everything, right? But if you look at, I don't know, Northern Lion, he has this cartoon face on everything. But everyone does things that are consistent. And that's just so that if you're in a search, right? Or at the end of a video and it says, here's 9 more videos for you to maybe take a look at, right? Then you will know which ones are that person's, and you'll have a higher likelihood to, nothing here I really want, to click on those videos. So that's why you do it. You know, it'll help out people returning to your content in the long run. That is the main reason. And like I said, it's a consistency thing as well. So either way, so that is one side of branding. Now, there's another side to it that I want to talk about that I don't think a lot of people think about. I consider this how you brand your channel. Other people might consider it just kind of like your, what's the word for that in business? Either way, it's kind of like what elements you put into your videos, right? So, for instance, all of my videos are, like, I'm usually pretty calm. You know, I'm not raging, right? I try to be as fair as I can be. What other, you know, I don't really cut much out of my videos. Usually they're pretty much unedited, fairly long videos, almost like blogs. Like, these are all things I associate with my videos, and just, they're all elements that I try and make consistent in my videos. That is part of my brand, my video. That's, you know, everyone who comes to my videos, that's kind of what they can expect, because that's what I've done in the past. So really take a second to think about, if you make videos on YouTube, what elements do you put in all of your videos, right? Now, all of these things can be, I don't know, I guess it's not the right word, but sold, right? So, like, if I'm talking to someone who, if I'm talking to somebody who, I'm trying to get a sponsorship or something, which I've been doing recently, right? then I can say, you know, I make high quality 60 frames per second videos, you know, with a positive atmosphere and a positive community. Like, those are all things that I associate with my videos, right? So that is all part of my branding. But what do you do with your videos to be different from everybody else, right? That is what you need to ask yourself. Because, oh god, they just like teleported right on top of me. Because, you know, when push comes to shove, there are a lot of YouTubers out there, especially gaming YouTubers, right? And you need to give your audience something to think about, like some reason to subscribe to your channel over channel 7,937,492, right? You need to bring something to the table. So, what I like to do, what I suggest people to do, is to come out kind of like with an outline. What do you want to do with your videos, right? And I think a lot of people kind of get it backwards, right? So a lot of people kind of come up with things that they want to do, and then they fit their videos to it. But in all reality, I guess it's all the way over here, right? In all reality, your channel branding isn't, you don't make, how do I want to say this? Your branding doesn't make you make your branding. I guess that's the best way to say it, right? So find out what works for you and then work with that. Don't just say, well, this works for Markiplier, this works for Northern Lion, this works for PewDiePie, or whoever you want to try and be like, you know. You can try out those things and see if they work for you. But at the end of the day, what you want to brand as your channel is just what works for you. So, I don't know. It's just some things to think about. Some things I was thinking about. I have an hour drive usually on my way home. So a lot of times I spend that time to think about YouTube stuff. And for some reason that popped into my head today, is how to brand and how to kind of work with your channel and mold it into the type of channel that you want it to be, right? So, and a good exercise might be to look at a YouTuber you like, right? Like, let's say, I don't know, what's Jim Sterling, right? Look at Jim Sterling and come up with words that you would associate with all of his content, right? He's funny. He's very sarcastic. He's very intelligent. He plays trash games a lot of the time, but not always. He does a lot of review type content, I would say, right? Kind of a press thing. He does kind of scripted work. You could say he does scripted work versus just kind of off the cuff like I like to do. But he also does off the cuff stuff with his just kind of normal review type stuff, right? It's not all scripted. Some of it is, right? Like the Jimquisition is definitely scripted, right? There we go. So, just come up with a list of words that you would use to describe your videos and your channel. And then think about those when you are creating videos and say, am I kind of living up to my channel's expectations? Or do I need to change my channel's expectations, right? And in order to fit the direction that I want to go for my channel. But ultimately, that's all your decision, right? It's everything that you want to do with your own channel, right? It's not what your friend wants you to do with your channel or something stupid like that. It's you gotta think about what direction you want to go, right? So I don't know. I hope that gave you guys some things to think about. So I'm trying to also read the chat in the corner a little bit more. There we go. I don't want to buff this guy too much. There we go. I do like this robe quite a bit. It's a very nice robe. So I had to thank whoever decided to sell it on the market for such a cheap price. That really helped me out, whoever you are. I like the staff as well. Oh, tried to come back to life there and we wouldn't let him. Perfect. All right. I've actually been thinking about changing up my channel branding a little bit. My thumbnails, I like them, but I was also thinking about doing them slightly different for different series, right? Like the first look would be slightly different. It'll look almost exactly the same, but a little bit different than like a plays series, right? Like we're playing through Stardew Valley or something. I don't know. Because I really like, first of all, I really like my thumbnails. I like the direction I've gone with them. I've changed them up a little bit, you know, and we've changed up our logo slightly. Nobody probably noticed that we made it look a little bit more like the Sonic start menu by adding gamer at the bottom with the Sega font a little bit. So just many stuff like that. I've been thinking about changing them up because when you go to my channel, they all look the same, which is great, but they all almost look slightly too similar, right? And this all came from when I was doing something. I was looking at all of my thumbnails together, right? And they all looked almost exactly the same. I was like, that might be a little bit too much. Maybe we need to add a little bit of diversity there, right? Because having them all look the same is great. It's very consistent. But that doesn't mean they have to all look exactly the same, right? So I know I might be being confusing there. But like, if you look at any channel, take NerdCube's channel, right? He's got his different, like, NerdCube loves and NerdCube plays and all that kind of stuff, right? And he's got his logo in all of them, which is great. But they also look slightly different. Was that Griffin, like, carrying that other Griffin? Because that was a little bit weird. So, all right. What are we? We're level 13, and we are almost out of time here. But either way, I'd love to hear what you guys would say about your own channels. Like, what type of gameplay do you, or what kind of commentary, because this also has to do with commentary, if you think about it. What are you doing with your channel to try and differentiate it from the other ones, right? Like, for me, a lot of the Realm videos are shorter, they're highly edited, they're put to a lot of music, and a lot of people really like that, right? Maybe there's not as much commentary, maybe there's a lot less commentary, and there's a lot more just kind of like, here's me getting a Debo or something set to 5 minutes of dubstep or something. And that's great, and a lot of people really love that. In fact, I get a lot of people requesting that for my channel. But if I were to do that for my channel, then it would not be differentiated from all of the other channels that do exactly the same thing. And you know what? I could maybe get a larger audience doing that because a lot of those channels have a lot bigger audiences than I do, right? But at the same time, I want it to be different. I don't want it to be the same as all the other Realm of the Mad God videos. So for me, I'd rather kind of talk about my day, talk maybe a little bit about YouTube or something that went on over the weekend or something, and make it kind of more like a vlog, long form content, definitely. And it seems to be, there seems to be a lot of people who like that kind of thing. And those are the people that come back to my videos over, you know, someone who has a different type of content. Because remember, you build your community around you, not the other way around, right? So if I do these types of videos, then my community will be built around people who like those type of videos, right? If I do short form content, highly edited stuff, then I'll probably lose a lot of my viewers who aren't interested in that. And they're like, we want more longer videos, you know, that show more stuff, you know? We want to see everything. We want to see you die to the Jeebs, like 5 minutes, or 5 seconds in. There we go. Alright, perfect. So, hey, no dying, man. Dying is not allowed on my watch, alright? So... yeah, death happens in this game. It's part of the game. Alright, here we go. So we are level 15. I think this is probably a pretty good place. I can English well. A good place for me to stop here. We're about 30 minutes in. I can't remember exactly how long it took me to get into the thing. So, but either way, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you liked this topic. If you did, let me know so I can do more stuff like that. If you didn't, let me know so that I can maybe tailor a little bit more towards what you guys want as well. You know, that's always an option. So, but either way, you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video.